everybody, welcome to our fabulous Flower of the Month dies. Okay, so as some of you may be aware or may not be aware, when we launch the Flower of the Month now, you get it in die form, which is spectacular, which is what we've got here. You get it in an SVG for your scan and cut or any other machine that cuts a SVG file, and you get Minecraft Studio. So it's super exciting, expanding your creativity along the way, allowing you're in charge of the creates now, aren't you? You make what you want to make. So I have the boards in front of me for the dies because I have to say, one of my favourite flowers, it's got to be, we're looking towards spring, aren't we? And when we think about spring and those warmer days coming, daffodils and the new bulbs that are coming up. So there's daffodils, tulips, crocuses, they're all on the way, they're all ready, waiting to put the little heads up above the ground. But look, we've got them now, so we can start creating beautiful designs. So this is our larger one, so this is the bigger of the dies, and it got the mat layer, so that's the actual detail cut, and it comes with the mat layer as always. But then I've created a little plant pot just by using my guillotine. Okay, so it's not a die, I've literally just made this on the cuff. Okay, and then filled it with glorious daffodils. Aren't they just spectacular? I adore these. Created a little bit of decoupage and snipped into them, but we've got lovely blooms on that one. Then we have the smaller ones. So you get the larger die and then you get the smaller die. But on this one, I've created a little window box for these because we've got the smaller ones and they're swaying in the wind, just gently swaying. Aren't they stunning? Because, I mean, they're going to be everywhere, and I just love when we see the daffodils come through. Then on top of that, in the die collection, you always get the builder bouquet, which is phenomenal. Now these are your little tuck-ins or the extras, like we've got single petals and we've got the buds, the one that's just starting to open, and all in different variations of orientation, so you can really have something that's quite realistic when you build. Okay, so that is our actual bouquet, but look what you can make. I've only got a short plant pot, but just pretend it's a big one that's on a patio that can take all of this. So we've got some so on here I've got the larger ones, I've tucked in some of the smaller ones at the back. And if you've noticed, we've got different colours here. So we have got different colourways. So we've got the buds, the builder bouquet tucked in. So it all works beautifully together. So some of the samples we've had for these, oh my word, they're stunning. So one of the things that I think is adorable is, look what we've got here. Isn't that stunning? Gift tag. But it's beautifully decoupaged up. That is something that you're going to keep. Absolutely going to keep that. You may even pop it on a little stand or hang it from maybe your window latch or something like that. Isn't that stunning? Beautiful little gift tag. Just love it. And again, just look at the colourways. So remember, we've got other colourways. I've chosen this one to show you because our two red robins, obviously, Flower of the Month doesn't come under the banner as such as two red robins. It's the Flower of the Month. But doesn't it work beautifully with our two red robin scenes? So maybe you've just recently purchased some of the two red robins collections that have got the steps or the archways, etc. Aren't they just beautiful? So they work with your other collections that you may have. Stunning. Love that one. And then our lovely Dawn, one of our DT, has had a very similar idea to me. She's put them in plant pots, but this time she's used our plant pot die set, our foundation fundamental plant pots. So you can actually get this from our website, highlightcrafts.com, and then you have downloadability of changing the colourway as well. So that's all on our website. But don't they make just beautiful cards? So let's make a card. Pop all those to once. Oh, forgot. One more. Just a second. This. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. As soon as I saw this, aren't they just stunning? That just makes a beautiful gift. So, things that we've got to look forward to that are coming up. We've got Easter. Of course, we've got Easter. We've got Valentine's. Why can you not give daffodils as a Valentine? Because they're still flowers. But we've also got Mother's Day or Mothering Sunday. So wouldn't this be just the cutest little gift to give somebody, along with maybe your gift tag? So pop it in a bag, a gift tag that matches, and even your card. So you've got a whole present combination going on that is going to match. I just love this. It's adorable. So, right, we're going to make a card. I've gone ahead and I've created myself a card blank. Now, I've done something a little bit different. I've done an over the edge, but I am going to talk you through how I actually created it. So it's an A4 sheet of card, and I've gone to my fundamentals, 2 red robins, and I chose my largest one. Okay. Popped it over the edge like that. So I've scored and made a fold line. That's where I wanted it. Then I taped it down. So let's do that exact thing. And then the important thing is where you lay it on your mats. Excuse me, reaching over. So to cut that out and not cut the last piece, because obviously it's over the edge, and this is entirely a personal how far along you want this, is when you place it on your mats, you only put the piece that you want to cut, okay? So maybe I only wanted it to cut there. So the rest of it is hanging off the mat. Put that there. Put the top on. So that's your 5mm. Run it through the machine, because the machine is only going to cut that piece that's there. It's not going to cut the rest of it. So you're not cutting an aperture. This is creating your own over the edge. Okay? And then when you've done that, all you need to do is take your tape away, and you will have an extra piece like so. So this will be attached. This will be free. And then all I did with my guillotine is I cut up to the edge, took that away, and that created my card shape. Now you can do that with any of our fundamentals, okay? So you can create over the edge shapes with any of them. So it could have been a circle. Obviously I would have had a square card for the circle. You could have it lower down here so it actually stands up. So we could do it that once you've cut it, line it up in your guillotine and snip it. So you do it both sides, or you'd line it up, and then your over the edge die card actually stands up for you. Okay, fabulous. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit of chopping to actually make. So then I've gone ahead and I've made my mats and layers. Okay, so I need to cut these down a little bit. And again, I'm not one of these that goes in for all that it's got to be extra, it's got to be this, it's got to be that. I literally lay it on where I need it to be and put a little mark, okay? And then the next one, I'll lay that over the top. I want a tiny little mark, and I make another little mark, and I use my guillotine. Unless I am using my fundamentals specifically, this is how I do my regular rectangle and square mats and layers. Obviously, it's a little bit different when you're using your shapes. So I've got my mats and layers because they're going to go on the inside. So let's build this piece. One. So that's the first one. Now, fold that out of the way because I need to get this level. Glasses on. There we go. That's that one. Now I do know when I'm using this particular cardstock, and I've chosen this cardstock, and I know many of you may actually have this, it's got a beautiful texture to it. And I chose it because it's like, oh, what's it called? Basket. It's like a basket weave effect on here. So maybe you've got something very similar. Tape's super sticky, it stuck more to me. So again, pop that, line it up. There we go. Happy with that. And then this matte layer, exactly the same. You could always use your different mediums as well. Remember, you can use your foam tape as well as your glues. So you may use what you prefer, okay? The medium of your choice. So that is going to sit like so. And then this is the front of the card. And that is the card blank made. So now we can do the fun bit of creating what's going on the front. So all I did to make my plant pot, I think I'm going to go with this piece. I'm just going to square it off like so. Like that. Okay. And I'm going to see, so what am I going to, how am I going to want? I want that there. Quite happy with it being about like that, height-wise. So I want to go round about halfway. Like so. Then, all I've done is on here, is on my little measuring, I've come in 2 marks, okay? Flipped that over, aligned it in a straight line and 2 marks. And now I'm going to put in the angle of the plant pot. So where my mark is and the edge and the corner, chop that off. Do the same on the other side. So the point and line up that mark like so. There's my plant pot. And I'm going to make sure that this is a straight edge with my grid system. And I'm going to chop some of the top off like so. Okay, so I made the whole shape first, and by placing that back on top, it's in proportion and fits the plant pot perfectly. So, got my inks, lovely matte. Oh, I just love these mattes. Got a little bit of ink on here already, so I'm just going to blend on these edges. Okay, like so. Build it up again on that side. And then on here, oops, again, a little bit of colour all the way around. I don't need to ink across the top because we're not going to see that because we're going to cover it up with the top of the plant pot. So that's my plant pot. I need my foam tape because I'm going to lift this forward. That is going to sit on there. Okay. So that is now, oops, my plant pot top. Excuse me, because I just need to be able to see the top of that edge. Like that. So now we've made a super little plant pot. I'm actually only going to put tape on 2 sides. The reason I'm doing that is because when I start tucking in all of my lovely daffodils, I need space to tuck in. If I was to put tape across there, I'm not going to get those daffodils in. Okay, so my plant pot is going to sit over to one side. And then if I then choose to put a sentiment in, I've got space to do that. Or I can have it at this side and then I can put maybe a sentiment here. It's entirely up to you where you want to put that. And then I do have, I thought I got red liner tape then, a little bow that I've made. And I've made the bow, of course, using my bow maker, fabulous tool, absolutely adore it. So again, look on highlightcrafts.com on our website and you will find them on there. Put the lid on my pen because I nearly used it as a pokey tool. Burnishing my tape down and I'm hoping that is actually going to stick on there. Let's see. No, I'm going to go with my wet glue because that's far too fiddly. And because this is our bookbinding glue, pin flare, it does actually stick fabric to paper. So I made myself a little bow. So I'm going to leave that to one side to start drying. And now I'm going to bring in my beautiful daffodils. Okay, so pull those out. Look how many we've got. And I already have some that's pre-decoupaged. Okay, so they're the ones we're going to use. And then when you decoupage, I always keep all the extra pieces and pop them back inside the bag. So I know I've always got something that I can go to. And then, there we go. I want the actual build a bouquet ones as well. So if I bring this in, take the tape, just going to hold the bow in place a little bit longer. Take the backing off my tape. 1 and 2. Place this on my card. Put my bow up, there we go. Put it to this edge, like so. And now I can start popping in all of my daffodils. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. And then I can put my daffodils into. I'm going to have the paler ones to the back. Pop that in. In fact, I know those leaves are in the way. So I'm going to chop that off. Because if you remember, I've put that tape in there. My 3D tape. So my yellow ones are coming to the side. And then my multicoloured ones, because you can put all of your daffodils, your bulbs all together. So there we have those. And then I have some of the extras, and especially the leaves. I love these ones. So a little bit of glue. And then we can tuck these in as well. And I'm actually going to stick them to the front of some of the daffodils that are already built up, because they would be in front like that. So again, remember I've left that little pocket to be able to slide all these in. I'm going to lift that one up and tuck it behind. And then this one is going to fill that gap in the middle. And then I'm going to go in with some of my fabulous leaves. And then I can add in my foliage, as much or as little as I want. But I think the foliage, when you've got lots of it, it sets it off. So a little bit tucked behind as well, because I've got no greenery up there. So I'm balancing all of the greenery and the leaves at the bottom with what is happening at the top. Even if I go over the edge, I'm not particularly bothered. And again, let's pop another leaf in here. You see, we've got a bit more of a balance going on. Quite like that we've got 3. There we go. So there we have beautiful over the edge daffodil. We've made the plant pot out of our craft card. We've used our fundamentals to do something a little bit different. And there we have our daffodils. Aren't they just stunning? So make sure you show us your makes on highlightcrafts.com. We're on Facebook and also YouTube, Instagram, we're all over. So make sure you go on there, join our groups, and then you can share all of your beautiful makes. So that's the inspiration for our Flower of the Month daffodil for our die set. And we'll see you all again soon. You take care. Bye-bye.
If you want to see more from Highlight Crafts, make sure you click the like button. Subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. and click the bell icon to receive notifications of all of our future content. You can also click here to see our latest video, or click here to see more videos like this one.